Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in the previous video we have discussed about the third chapter of Sutra, that was Aragvadadi adyaya, where we have discussed about all the Bahir Parimarjana Chikitsas. So in this chapter we are going to deal about the 600 different types of yogas that have been mentioned for the purpose of Virechana. Here you have to know that Virechana they have given as a synonym of Shodhana. It is both Ubhaya and Ubhaya Marga Shodhana, that is Urdhva and Adho Marga Shodhana. Among this, 355 are mentioned for Vamana and 245 have been mentioned for Virechana. So the yogas, remembering the yogas and the number is very important, so that we'll learn now. So if you take Vamana, for Vamana there is total 355 as we mentioned before. So in order there are different drugs, each drug do different number of yogas are present. So how do you learn this different drugs? So Michael Jackson is identical to Kiran Kher. Remember like this. So Michael Jackson is a singer. He is identical to Kiran Kher of India. So remember like that. So that is Madanaphala, Jimutaka, Ikshwargu, Damargava, Kutaja, and then Kritavedana. So how do you remember this number? 133, 39, 45, 60, 18, 60. Next, talking about Virechana. So for Virechana they have mentioned 6 drugs which with 245 yogas respectively. And how do you remember this? So TCL ad done by MSD. So TCL ad done by MSD, that is Tata Consultancy Limited, ad was done by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. That's how you're going to remember. So Virechana, how do you remember? 110, 12, 16, 20, 39, 48. So this number, it's really difficult to learn, but it's very necessary. So they can ask you, this is a direct question. It can come as MCQs or even as 3 marks question. It can come for AI, PGT. So it's very direct and it is very easy. So I mean, it's difficult to remember numbers, but make sure, because it's a direct question, you should always make efforts to learn such things. So for Vamana, what did we learn? MJ, ID, KK, that is 133, 39, 45. This 3 you learn. 60, 18, 60, easy. Next, coming to TCL MSD, that is, sorry, I forgot to tell the names. Trivrit, Chaturangula, Lodra, Mahavriksha, Saptala Shankini, Danti Dravanti. So here Mahavriksha is a synonym of Snuhi. You have to remember it. This, okay. So Mahavriksha is nothing but Snuhi. So the numbers are 110, 12, 16, 20, 39 and 40. Totally 245. So this is mentioned the starting. Next, coming to Virechana Ashraya. So where plant parts which are used for the purpose of Virechana is nothing but Virechana Ashraya. This is very easy, you know this. Moola, Tvak, Pushpa, Phala, Patra and Kshira. This is the Virechana Ashraya. What is different in Shiro Virechana Ashraya? You have to know. In Charaka Vimanasthana, they have mentioned that in Shiro Virechana Ashraya, Kanda and Niryasa is told and no Kshira. Instead of Kshira, they have told Kanda and Niryasa for Shiro Virechana Dravyas. Okay. Next, coming to the next point, that is Kashaya Yoni. So you know Kashaya Yonis. In this you have learned this previous years also, but just for as a part of this I'm going to explain. So there are Kashaya Yonis. So you just remember that there is Pancharasa Kashaya Yoni except Lavana. Okay, so there is Madhura Kashaya, Amla Kashaya, Katu Kashaya, Tikta Kashaya, Kashaya Kashaya, but there is no Lavana Kashaya, that is Kashaya Yoni. So they are 5 in number. That's it. Then Kashaya Kalpana. This you have learnt in Vaishajya Kalpana, that according to Charaka, Kashaya Kalpanas are 5. Swarasa Kalka Shrita Shrita Fanta. Okay. So then note. So this is important. So according to Sushruta says that there is 6 Kashaya Kalpanas. He adds Kshira Kalpana as a extra Kalpana. And according to Vagbhata, he says ditto like Charaka. Okay, so this much is dealt in Shadvirechana, shatashritiya. Next, coming to the Mahakashaya part. So this is a very important part which has been dealt in this chapter, and make sure you listen to this very carefully. And so there are 50 Mahakashayas. So Dashemani Vargas are there, and 50 Mahakashayas are there, which are starting from Jivaniya Mahakashaya to Vayastapaniya Mahakashaya. So among these Kashaya there are again many drugs. So those drugs you have to make sure you remember. That I'll be making a different video. I'll put it up as soon as possible. You can refer to that. So for now you remember that there is 50 Mahakashayas, and total number of Kashaya Vargas are 500. So there are 500 Kashayas. But there are only 50 Mahakashayas. So in these 50 Mahakashayas, there are few unique points that you have to remember, which Charaka has mentioned. This will be helpful for your MCQ, for your theory, for your AIAPGT exam. Specifically, this is very important. I have taken this reference from Lodhi notes. So if you get Lodhi notes anywhere, you please refer to that. It is very good. Okay. So let's come to the important points from this. So here from Jivaniya to Vayastapaniya Mahakashayas, there are totally 50 Mahakashayas which are mentioned. Okay, so you have to remember that in the Mahakashayas, Deepaniya Mahakashaya has been mentioned, but Pachaniya Mahakashaya has not been mentioned. Okay, next Kakoli, Kshira Kakoli. So you know Kakoli and Kshira Kakoli. These are very important drugs. So these have mainly 5 important karmas. Okay, mentioned by Charaka. Jivaniya, Brahmaniya. So this is very easy. Jivaniya, Brahmaniya, and Shukra Janana. Obviously, so if it is Jivaniya, Brahmaniya, it has to be Shukra Janana. That much knowledge we'll have. So Jivaniya, Brahmaniya, Shukra Janana. Keep it aside. Next, Snehopaga, Angamarda, Prashamana. So there is one person has Angamardana, so Snehopaga you're going to do. So that's how you're going to remember. So it has mainly 5 karma, Kakoli and Kshira Kakoli, more than 5 karma. Because of its 5 karma, it has been included in 5 Mahakashayas. What all? Jivaniya Mahakashaya, Brahmaniya Mahakashaya, Shukrajanana Mahakashaya, Snehopaga Mahakashaya, and Angamarda Prashana Mahakashaya. So these 5 they have mentioned. Coming to Madhuka, that is Yashti Madhu. This has been repeated maximum number of times. Okay, 11 times it has been repeated in different types of Vargas. Coming to Pippali, next most is 9. It has been repeated for 9 times. Okay. Totally, how many Aushadhi Dravyas have been mentioned? 276 Aushadhi Dravyas have been mentioned. Next, coming to Aragvada, here he has considered as both Kushtagna and Kandugna. Both in these 2 Vargas also, Aragvada has been told. Next, Amruta or Guduchi, obviously you know, it is Vayasthapanya. Trishna Nigraha you always knew, but it is Vayasthapanya. So since it's Amruta, it is Vayasthapanya. Remember it like that. Then coming to Sharkara. So Sharkara, it is Jwaragna, obviously, because it does Daha Prashamana. Then Shonita Stapana, yes, then Daha Prashamana. So these 2 are related, Jwaragna and Daha Prashamana. Shonita Stapana, 1 extra you have to remember. Then coming to Mocharasa. So Mocharasa, you know, that is the extract of Shalmali. So in this Mocharasa, it has mainly 3 important karmas, that is Purisha Sangrahana. So it does Sangrahana of Purisha. Shonita Stapaniya. Here also we learned that Sharkara is also Shonita Stapaniya, Mocharasa is also Shonita Stapaniya. It is also Vedana Stapaniya. This is also important. So Mocharasa is mainly 3 important karmas: Purisha Nigraha, Shonita Stapaniya, Vedana Stapana. Next, Kamal Ke Bed, this is. So Kamal is mainly responsible for Mutra Viranjaniya karma. Kamal. Okay, remember lotus, Mutra Viranjaniya. You remember like that. Bear Ke Bed. Bear Ke Bed is Virechanopaga. Kamal Ke Bed, Mutra Viranjaniya. Bear Ke Bed, Virechanopaga. Next, among Mutra Viranjaniya Dravyas are Shita Virya and Pitta Prameha Nashaka. So Kamal Ke Bed is Mutra Viranjaniya, and Mutra Viranjaniya drugs are Shita Virya and Pittaja Prameha Nashaka. Remember that much. Next, coming to the next important point is Yoginath Sen. So this is one of the comment. Yoginath Sen. So according to Charaka, he has mentioned Triptigna Varga. So Yoginath Sen has told the same thing as Arochaka Hara. Okay, so that is one important point. Next, coming to these three are very peculiar. You have to remember this. So Arjuna, so we have always known Arjuna as Ridhya, but in Charaka's Varga, he has not mentioned Arjuna among the Ridhya Dravyas. He has mentioned it among Udarda Prashamana. Udarda is one of the skin disease, we know that. So for the Prashamana of Udarda, Charaka has mentioned Arjuna. Then coming to Ashoka. Ashoka we know is Shonita Stapaniya, but Charaka has not mentioned it as Shonita Stapaniya and tells it as Vedana Stapaniya Dravya. Then Kirata Tikta, we all know Kirata Tikta is very famous for Jwaragna property, but Charaka has mentioned Kirata Tikta in Stanya Shodhana Varga. So these are the different points which are very important from the Mahakashayas. So I'll make a video about the Mahakashaya very soon, making it easier for you to by heart the names. But as of now, make sure you learn this. This is very, 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 very helpful. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe.